Yo, I don't be fucking with none of them, not really one of them. That's why they wanted me gonna get obvious. I just be bodying veterans, novices.
Okay, so this is the 5th time trying to record this because technology just is not working a lot like our defense. G'day guys, my name's Mitch and welcome to the very first episode of the Straight Outta Loftus Road YouTube series, where we will be discussing absolutely everything you can think of that relates to QPR this season. From match previews to match reviews and everything in between, there will not be a single second of action that you miss that happens at and away from Loftus Road in 15-16 campaign. So we started a podcast series, but we've given that away because, you know, people getting sick and tired of listening to my voice going for 30 minutes straight talking about absolute rubbish. So we tried something a bit more fun, a bit more interactive, keep your attention a bit longer because Chelsea fans are getting annoyed, their attention spans can't last that long. So go on the YouTube series. If you want to get in touch with us, you can find us at www.facebook.com/straightoutofloftusroad. You can find us at Twitter at @LoftusRoad_. Couldn't get the whole title thing in the handle. And WordPress, you can find us at straightoutofloftusroad.wordpress.com, where, like I said before, we post everything QPR: match previews, match reviews, opinions, transfers. Even got a FIFA piece coming out, so make sure you keep posted when that comes out. You'll be very excited by that one. So in this episode, we'll be discussing the Birmingham game coming up this weekend after the international break. I tried to get someone from Birmingham, but just things fell through and we couldn't get it. But I'll give you a little bit of rundown. We cannot underestimate this fixture because Birmingham are a seriously talented side. Currently sitting in the very envious position of 4th on the table, they come into this game winning their last 2 matches 2-0 away from home. With these wins coming against Leeds and Brentford, they also lost 2-0 to Rotherham and drew 1-1 to Ipswich from home. So they come into this game with overall solid form, but it's the championship, it's QPR, anything can happen, don't write them off. Just a quick little rundown of the Birmingham team, now on to QPR. And now onto our situation. There is no doubt that our defence has been our Achilles heel all season, and letting in 3 goals to Bolton was no surprise really. We've conceded the most amount of goals out of any championship team this season, yet have scored more than any other as well. So in the Bolton review, I, as well as many other supporters, called for Ramsey and his staff to do whatever they can to shore up our defence. If we want to fight for promotion like the fans and players believe we should, we cannot continually let the opposition score at will. And Geller's meant to be this great white hope that would swoop in and miraculously keep clean sheets, and I for one fell for that. However, despite his inspirational performance against Forest, he has done jack all. I'm yet to see his skill with the ball that can start attacks like we were promised. Rather, I see a lot of finger pointing and whinging when things aren't going our way. Now, I'll give him a bit of a chop out and put his form down to a lack of chemistry in what is a freshly assembled back 4. But I'm not sure how long we need to persist with him, because surely after spending every day, all day, for 7 weeks with your teammates, some relationships can form and be shown on the pitch. Okay, Chief. I like the Chief and I find it very hard to ever put him down, but his performances in the last couple of games have been far from satisfactory. He was moved to us to right back in the Bolton game to take place at Perch, who we all know needed a break. But that's just not his position. He's a central defender and unfortunately he's looked more helpful in the attacking box rather than the defending one. His decision making is woeful and resulted in the first 2 goals of the last match. Now, I'm not claiming to be Alex Ferguson or Jose Mourinho, but surely you're taught from a young age never to clear the ball to the top of the box. He literally headed the ball to the D where Fiend from Wanderers was standing and it resulted in a goal. Also, he's the captain, but we did not have an ounce of leadership out on that pitch. Fer was the closest thing I saw to leadership in that last match when he diffused some heated situations. As a captain and especially a leader in that defence, sort your teammates out, otherwise people will start asking some serious questions. He's already been dropped from my FIFA team, so what more do you need? On to a lighter note. J. Manuel Thomas. We all want to see if the Jet can take off again and soar to limitless heights like he did against Wanderers. Coming up against a strong Birmingham defence will seriously test him, and I'm sure he would much rather have continued playing rather than going into that international break. It's amazing what a bit of confidence and self-belief can do, and hopefully he can reconnect with those feelings that he had after the Wanderers game, especially that 95th minute winner. His skill at his feet is unbelievable for a man his size. His awareness and ability to pull almost anything off in the heat of the moment is world class, and if he can have a similar presence like he did against Bolton, we're in for a big weekend. And now to end this YouTube video, it's time for me to give you my starting 11 that should line up against Birmingham this weekend. In goals, we have Rob Green. Alex Smithies is a long way from taking Rob Green's place. Sure, Rob's led in a lot of goals, but we can't put it just down to his performances given the shoddy defending that he's had to defend all season long. Starting our back 4 is Paul Konchesky. Great game last game against Bolton, one of his best of the season. Interested to see how he can come out after the international break, fit and raring to go to take it to that Bolton attack. Grant Hall's next in that first centre-back position. Angela's been dropped. He's too vulnerable in that back four, seems to point fingers more than actually defend. Every time Grant Hall's gotten a chance, he's gotten the position by the scruff of his neck and made it his own. Plays with a lot of heart, a lot of passion, so that's why he's the first centre-back. Nedham wearing the captain's armband for this one in the centre-back position. Get him out of that right-back position, who will be occupied by James Perch. He's the only one in our squad who can actually play right-back at the moment. Darnell Furlong out on loan. Wouldn't be surprised to see him recalled if Perch can't stand up for this match. In that first holding midfield position for me this week is Sandro. Willing to get down and dirty for the team, put in those big tackles and put his body on the line. Played a couple of minutes against, not a couple of minutes, about 30 minutes against Bolton before the break. Next week, in the week off, he played in the under-21s, captained that team. And next to him is Farland. Farland with the skill and finesse should be able to complement Sandro well. If Sandro can win the ball and get it back to Farland, we should be able to start some very promising attacks. Daniel Tozer and Carl Henry, they take a seat for me in this game. Henry is a long way off playing in this team again if these two guys are going to hold those central defensive midfielder positions. Tozer had a poor international campaign, subbed off in the 46th minute in the first match, and then an unused subbed in the second match. So Tozer can take a bench, because if you can't play for Hungary, you can't play for us. Starting with the front four, Matt Phillips in that right mid, right wing position. He needs to really stand up this one without Charlie Austin. Didn't do it last week. Needs to match Cherry, Fur, and Jet's intensity this match. Really expect a big one. Wolverhampton-esque game would be perfect for us, and if he can play like that, I'm expecting the 3 points to come to QPR. Playing in our number 10 position for this match is our number 10, Leroy Fur. Got some minutes against Bolton, not minutes, played majority of the game. Hopefully during the international break can get that full conditioning right and he can reach his full potential this game against Birmingham. On the left is Sharon Cherry. Great response after the whole Fulham saga. You know, I was on his back, a lot of people were on his back, but he came out strong with a goal and an assist, was very lively. He needs to rub off on Fur and Phillips to really lift their game, to prove that he deserves a spot in that starting lineup. And up front is J. Manuel Thomas. He must keep his position. Game winner, 2 goals, fantastic effort, great work rate. Poulter would be the only one that could push him out, but I don't think Ramsey would have the guts to put a match winner
Today, Junior!
and a cult hero that J. Manuel Thomas is starting to be out of that team. And hopefully without Charlie Austin there, we can still put in 4 goals, but hopefully concede none. And that's the end of the very first Straight Outta Loftus Road YouTube show where we previewed the Birmingham game. Going to be a very tough game away. But who knows, it's the championship, it's QPR, anything can happen. My prediction, would love a point, would absolutely be stoked with 3, but I think it's going to be a little bit too hard. I'm going to go 3-2 loss to QPR, unfortunately, but I love to be proven wrong in these situations. And one last thing, if you're going to be there, make sure you cheer, make sure you support your side, and come on you Ars.
Yo, I don't be fucking with none of them, not really one of them. That's why they wanted me gonna get over you. I just be bodying veterans, novices.